Hello everyone. Today in this class I'll be dealing about your canal alignments. We all know what is canal, and we in the previous session we have already discussed what are the types of canals we have. And today in this session I'll be discussing about canal alignment. Okay, let me write it first. Okay. A canal has to be aligned in such a way that it should cover the entire area proposed to be irrigated, and it should cover the maximum area for irrigation. Okay. A shorter length of a canal ensures less loss of head due to friction and a smaller loss of discharge due to seepage and evaporation. Okay. For this reasons, we have to align it properly, and this generally is classified into the following three types, in which first one is your ridge canal. Okay, before going into ridge canal, okay, let me say this. Okay, first one is ridge canal, second one is your contour canal, and the final one is side slope canal. Okay, these are the three different types of your canal alignments. And before going into this canal alignments, let us see the image over here first. Okay, let us see this image. So what is there in this? We can see a river over here which is passing through a contour line, and we have some dotted lines which is also called as your tributary lines. This one and this one are your tributaries, and this is your river, and these are your contours. The space over here is your contour. Sorry. And we can see this and this pipeline over here. This is called as your main canal, and the area between this tributary and the river passing over here is called as your CDW, which is represented by CDW. This is your cross drainage works, and we can see a weir over here, and this is your main canal, which is also called as your ridge canal, and we can see a distributary line over here. Okay, this is how we are going to set a canal, or we will be seeing a canal and its alignment. Alignment is nothing but how we are going to plan it, and how water supply is going to start from a rear river, and we can see a we can see a river over here, and from this we are going to supply water from this main canal, and we know we will be having some minor distributaries, major distributaries, and some branch canals which are connected to this main canal, and by passing water through this canal we will be supplying water to the fields, and this region where we are going to cultivate the entire land will is called as your irrigated land. Okay, this is how we are going to set it up. And now let us go according to the alignments. The canal may be of following three types, and the first one is your ridge canal, second one is your contour canal, and the last one will be your side slope canal. Now let us go to the next image over here. Okay, ridge canal. First let us see what do we mean about the ridge canal. Okay. Okay. Now here we'll be discussing about ridge canal. As you can see, I've drawn an image with a dotted line and a straight line over here. This dotted line and straight line is having some points, in which I've written as HG, which means higher ground. This HG represents here higher ground, and this WS represents here watersheds, and this straight line joining from this point, this slope to this slope, is called as your canal alignment. Okay, this is about ridge canal. Now let us go into the definition of ridge canal. A ridge canal is aligned along a watershed and runs for most of its length on a watershed. As we all can see, this is going to go through number of watersheds. This alignment is done in such a way that it should cover maximum number of watersheds. Okay. Now next point will be, it can command areas on both banks and hence a large area can be brought under cultivation. Okay, because of passing in between these higher grounds, we can cover maximum area and we can cultivate that land and make it a green land. Okay, and this, when the watershed takes a very sharp loop, the canal should be aligned straight. Okay, when we are having a when the loop is more, very sharp loop is there. Loop is nothing but bends. We can see it as like this. When we are having some loops, okay, when we are having some loops, then we should align in such a way that it should cover a straight line. This contour alignment should be in such a way that it should be in a straight line manner. Okay, this is your ridge canal, and this ridge canal checks the drainages of this part, and a cross drainage work has therefore been provided. The cost analysis should therefore be made before aligning the canal straight to reduce its length. Okay, and this is going to create a bypass towards towns and villages situated near the watersheds. This is all about your ridge canal. Now let us move to the next one, that is your contour canal. Okay, if we come down, we can see an image over here which represents your contour canal. Now let us see what a contour canal means. A contour canal is nothing but a channel which is aligned nearly parallel to the contours of the area. Okay, we can see over here, as we all can see, there are many contours over here. I will be showing it like this. Okay, we have different range of contours over here, and we can see a river is passing through, and we can call this, okay, here it is already represented. We will be showing contours over this like this, and you can see here it is a dam line, and here you can see a canal which is passing through many contours, okay, which is covering almost all contours over here. And because of a canal which is passing all over this different range of contours, it is called as your contour canal. And the definition of it is given as, a canal aligned nearly parallel to the contour line is called contour canal, and they are aligned generally when canals take off from the rivers. Okay, see, you can see a river over here. When takeoff is from the river, hence it is aligned in such a way that your takeoff should be from the river. And the next point will be, cultivable area lies on one side of it as one of the bank is on the higher side. As we can see, one bank will be on the higher side. We cannot cultivate this land, and cultivation can be done over the lower region only. Because of this, this is called as a one side canal. Sometimes it is also called as single bank canal. Okay, because of a point that only one side of it can be cultivated, it is also called as single bank canal. Okay, the contour canal can irrigate only on one side, and it is quite high. Okay, the contour cannot do not follow the same contour all along. Okay, as we all can see, this is not at all following the same contours. It is following different contours. It is not going in a particular contour line. It is following different contour lines. Okay, this is about your contour canal. Now we'll be going to the next one, which is the last one, and that is your side slope canal. Okay, now let us see the side slope canal. You can see the image over here, side slope canal. This is also coming from contours only. Here the canal will also flow from this contour lines only. A side slope canal is that which is aligned at right angles to the contours. You can see the region over here. See, it is like your right angles. The canal is following right angles on the contours. Okay, and along the side slopes. Along the side slopes of a river, here it is following a right angle over the contours, and we can see a canal passing over here. And now let us give the definition of it. A side slope canal is that which is aligned at right angles to the contours along the side slopes. It is a channel aligned roughly at the right angles to the contours of the country and is neither on the watershed nor in the valley. Okay, it is not coming in either of the watershed and nor in the valley. And it is a canal. This canal runs roughly parallel to the natural drainage of the country, and as such cross drainage works are avoided in the side slope canals, because as it is following the natural drainage works, there is no necessity of providing any cross drainage works over here for this. Okay, this is about here. Okay, since the direction of the steepest slope of the ground is at the right angles to the contours of the country, the bed slopes are very steep as it is providing a right angle over the contours in this region. The bed slopes will be very steep. Okay, and we all know that it is following a natural drainage and there is no necessity of following any other drainage works. Okay, that is about your side slope canals. In this session we have discussed about three different alignments. First, we have come to know what is canal alignment, and you can see the image over here, how it is going to run from a river and how it is going to take place. What are the tributaries we have? This is going to be the distributary line. This is your main line or main passage, main canal, and here comes your cross drainage works. This land comes under cutting, and here is your contour canals which are passing over different contours. We can see this main canal can also be called as your ridge canal. Okay, we have discussed ridge canal is nothing but a straight line which is passing through number of watersheds, and in short I am saying it as ridge canal is a straight canal alignment which is done in higher grounds and in number of watersheds. Okay, now let us come to the second thing, that is your alignment of contour canal. As you can see, this contour canal is nothing but it is passing through different contour lines, and water will be supplied from the river, and it will be having a proper drainage system. And when it comes to the next thing, it is side slope canals. As we all can see, this is also passing through different contour lines, but here the canal will be in the right angle to the contour lines, and it will be having a steep slope, and it is going to provide a natural drainage supply system. This is all about your canal alignments. Okay, these are the different alignments and we know what is canal alignment. And now we will be moving to the next topic, that is your general considerations for alignments. Okay, now let us discuss about some general considerations for alignment. And the first consideration will be the alignment of the canal should be such as to ensure the most economical way of distributing the water to the land, and it should be as high as a command as possible, and minimum number of cross drainage works. Okay, I'll be saying, repeating it again. The alignment of the canal should be in such a way that it should be most economical, and it should be as high command as possible, and minimum number of cross drainage works has to be provided. We have to ensure these three criteria, in which first one is, okay, I'll be writing a side over here. General considerations, in which first point is it should it should have, it should be an economical way of distributing water. Second point is in this one only. It should have a high command as possible, and another point is it should contain minimum number of cross drainage works. As we can see that in image also, this cross drainage work is generally represented by CDW. Now these are the 3 points of your first consideration. Okay, in first consideration we'll be having 3 major points, and the second consideration is the contour alignment should be changed in such a way that in order to reduce the number of cross drainage works, this is already discussed, and the alignment should avoid villages, roads. The alignment has to avoid village or villages, roads, tracks, cremation places, and places of worship, and other valuable properties. Okay, this alignment should avoid villages, roads, tracks, cremation places, places of worship, and other valuable properties. Valuable properties. Okay, and the next point is the alignment should pass through the balanced depth of cutting. If it is not possible, it should involve minimum depth of cutting or minimum height of filling. The cutting and filling area should be minimum. It should not exceed, because if it starts exceeding, the cost of construction will obviously grows higher. Okay. The next point is the number of kinks and acute curves should be minimum. Okay, the number of kinks and acute, sorry, number of kinks and acute curves should be minimum. Okay, and the next point is idle length of canal should be minimum and branches should be economically planned. The length should be minimum and its branches should be properly planned so that more area can be cultivated. Length should be short, but its branches should be economically planned. Okay, and the last point will be the alignment should not be made in a rocky or cracked strata. We know about stratas. This alignment should not be done in rocky or cracked strata. This is all about your general considerations. We have 5 different points over here, in which we have the things which we should consider before constructing a canal. Okay, this is all about today's topic.